Hi, welcome to Number Club. This is Year 1 Pure, Chapter 1, Lesson 2, expanding triple brackets. We're also going to have a look at some more complicated double brackets. So let's get started. Lots of you will recognize how to expand brackets that look like this. You should really have learnt about this lower down the school, maybe when you're in Year 8 or 9. And some people might be using something called FOIL. First things multiply together, outer things multiply together, inner things multiply together, and last things multiply together. Now that's great for pairs of brackets like this. But as soon as you have triple brackets, or as soon as you have brackets with more than two terms in each of them, it falls down slightly. It stops really working so well, and you start having to try to figure out what to do. Now that's fine if you want to figure it out, then that's fine by me. But for me, I use something called split and place, which is to split up the first bracket. So I split 2x and plus 3. And I place the second bracket into each of the gaps so that I end up with 2x lots of 3x minus 2 plus 3 lots of 3x minus 2. This is called split and place. And it's quite a nice way to deal with this. It's no easier than FOIL or more difficult than FOIL, but it will certainly be easier when we get to triple parts of brackets. So 2x multiplied by 3x is 6x squared, 2x multiplied by negative 2 is negative 4x, 3 times by 3x will be plus 9x, and 3 times negative 2 would be negative 6. Just collect your like terms, and so you get 6x squared. Negative 4 plus 9 would be plus 5x minus 6. Okay, job done. So that's split and place, and it's a nice way to deal with this. It can work with, obviously, things that are a little bit more complicated looking like this. So split the first bracket up and place the second bracket in. And we can multiply these things out. So you can get 2x squared multiplied by 3x to the power of 4. Well, that would be 2 times 3 is 6x to the power of. The power is going to be 6. If you can't figure that one out, you need to go back to the previous video. 2 times 3 is 6. X squared y to the power of negative 1. You can't really do anything with those if they've got a base number. If you've got a base variable like x and y, they're two different things. They can't combine together to make something. Plus 3 3s are 9, x to the power of 4, y. Tend to write x before y. Tend to write x, y, and then z. It tends to go in alphabetical order. But if you wanted to write 9y x to the power of 4, that's fine as well. 3 times 3 is 9. And then we've got y to the power of 1 multiplied by y to the power of negative 1. And if you get stuck with that, if you're doing 3y, lots of 3y to the negative 1, just do it by the side of your page. 3 3s are 9. Y to the power of 1 plus minus 1 will be 0, which is exactly the same as 9. Remember, this here has a value of 1. And so you can just leave it as 9. You could, if you wanted to, tidy up that term there to call it 6x squared over y as well. You should know that from negative powers from lower down the school. But this will be absolutely fine as well. Okay. Next, if you've got a bracket squared, the answer to this is not going to be x squared plus 4y squared. You've missed off quite a lot of stuff if that's what you think it is. You should always, whenever you have a bracket squared or a bracket cubed, write it out full. Then we can split and place. So we get x lots of x plus 2y plus 2y lots of x plus 2y. And that'll be x squared plus 2xy plus 2xy plus 4y squared, which is going to be x squared plus 4xy plus 4y squared. Okay, so that's just some more complicated double brackets. It's stuff that you should probably know from lower down the school. Moving on though, we're going to be talking about triple brackets. Now this doesn't look like a triple bracket just because it's got an x there. It doesn't look like it is. And you can deal with these as a pair of double brackets and then multiply everything through by x if you really want to. And that's basically what you need to do whenever you've got these things. They're called trinomials. We've got x, and we're going to work out this bit here first. Now, I like to square bracket whatever I'm working on because it gives me a bit of space to work on them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do that expansion up here, just out the way, and then I'm going to bring it back into my actual working. It's fine to do that. So we get 2x lots of 3x minus 2 plus 1 lots of 3x minus 2, which is going to be 6x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 2, which is going to be 6x squared minus x minus 2. 6x squared minus x minus 2. Now we know how to multiply x by each of these terms, and so the final answer will be 6x cubed minus x squared minus 2x. Okay, that's expanded, that's simplified, it's done. But that was easy because we had to multiply x by all of these things, so there's no messing around there. This can be a little bit more difficult. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3x plus 2 multiplied by 3x plus 2. So I'm going to do 3x plus 2 multiplied by 3x plus 2. You must write them out so that they're not part of power. 3x lots of 3x plus 2 plus 2 lots of 3x plus 2. Again, you could have foiled this. 9x squared plus 6x plus 6x plus 4. 9x squared plus 12x plus 4. So now what we've got is 2x plus 1 hasn't been dealt with. Lots of 9x squared plus 12x plus 4. And it's here that you'll see that FOIL doesn't work anymore. Essentially what we have to do is multiply this by each of these terms and multiply 1 by each of these terms. And that's fine, but FOIL doesn't do that. It only gives you 4 multiplications rather than 6, which we need. If you're multiplying as well, if you're multiplying a bracket with 2 parts by a bracket with 3 parts, split in place is probably the way to go. So I'm going to split my first bracket. I'll get 2x, lots of 9x squared plus 12x plus 4 plus 1 lot of 9x squared plus 12x plus 4. And it's just quite bulky algebra. It's nothing very difficult. 18x cubed plus 24x squared plus 2 4s are 8 with an x, plus 9x squared plus 12x plus 4. And then we can collect together the like terms with things with matching powers. So we'll get 18x cubed plus 24 plus 9 is going to be 33, x squared plus 20x plus 4. Obviously, times where you need to be a little bit more careful with this are things like negatives being involved. They can make things a little bit more awkward. But overall, it'll be the same sort of process each time. And I do recommend that you use split in place. I think it's quite an easy way to do things. Okay? Thanks very much for watching. Visit numberclub.org to find more videos and tasks. And if you got time, then like and subscribe to the video. There'll be more and more and more of these coming. Thanks very much.